sacred grounds. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Sistahs on Sacred Grounds. I'm your host, Reverend Stephanie Butler Adams, and listen, we have a fantastic show in store for you today. You are not going to want to miss it. So, let's go. In this episode, we're talking fit and fabulous. Fitness is a trend that almost everyone can benefit from, but it's not a one-size-fits-all thing. There are lots of internal and external factors that women and men have to deal with on the path to overall wellness. Let's talk about this necessary, yet sometimes touchy topic of healthy living, physical fitness, and the care that we must take of our temples so that we can look and feel our fabulous selves. Here at Sistahs on Sacred Grounds. Wellness is incredibly trendy right now. I mean, when you're on social media, you can hardly go down the feed without seeing people, guys, girls, working out at the gym, just getting it in, right? All these hashtags, everything. But really and truly, wellness is more than a hashtag. It's about self-care. It's about self-love. It's about really, really taking care of your temple. And today, we have the perfect person to talk to us about how we can get not just our mind and our soul intact, but our body and our spirit and everything else that goes along with it. So, welcome to Sistahs on Sacred Grounds, the lovely Dawn Strozier. Dawn Strozier is a certified personal trainer, motivational speaker, author, and the founder of ES Fitness and Nutrition. Dawn is transforming lives of women everywhere she goes, around the world. Backed by over 20 years of experience, Dawn is committed to helping women everywhere, especially women over 50, to learn their bodies all over again. Dawn says you can melt belly fat, build lean muscle, and build the body you want at any age. She loves to share how women, if they put in the work, can take their lives back one step at a time. Hi, Dawn.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. Super excited about being here.
Of course, girl. Okay, we got to get into this conversation about wellness and fitness. And I mean, I know you're a certified trainer. You are an author and motivational speaker. You know, one of the words that I love that describes you is exuberant. Exuberant. And I mean, as a trainer, you've got to be exuberant to be motivational, to get us to get our little butts moving, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, look, one of the key things that we see today when we're talking about fitness, and especially what we see on television, we don't always see in the ads us, right? We don't always see us. Do you think that it's difficult to find a sister who's a certified personal trainer? Where y'all at?
No, we're here. Absolutely not. These companies, these brands are simply hiring who they want to represent their company. And that's perfectly fine. Because you said it earlier, if you turn on social media, we are there in every size and shape. That's what I love about it. Now you see women. Now you see Black women, overweight women, women that are confident about who they are, teaching classes. One of my closest girlfriends, certified trainer, and she is 300 and something pounds. But guess what? She's so relatable to other women. She has a dance fitness class, and in front of her class, she's losing the weight. No, we're there. We're there, and we can represent those brands well. They're just doing what they want to do, and it's perfectly okay. But Black women are out there, we're doing it, and we are fired.
I love it. I love it. And you are definitely fire, honey, because I have taken your classes and we're going to share a little bit about that later, but you definitely keep the vibe going. And that's so important. And another thing that you said that's important is every shape, size, and color. But really, we're dealing with the sisters today who are sometimes not as well represented as our counterparts. So I'm so glad to see you out in front and really doing your thing. We're proud of you, girl.
So much. Thank you.
So one of the other things, when we look at the historical fitness world and the standard of beauty, I don't know. I mean, you're a beautiful woman, and I would just say people are easily, motivated if they have a fitness trainer that kind of look good. I mean, but what about the opposite? I was watching this show, Dawn, over the weekend, and I think it was called 30-30. It was like the history of women's basketball. And one segment, they started talking about how, because women's basketball here in the U.S., it wasn't as popular, of course, as the men's basketball, because they had to try to get the viewers to think that these women were attractive. Okay, so when I thought about that, I was like, wow. So they're trying to fit them into a mold just because of it's a visual thing. What do you say as a personal trainer? Do you ever feel like you have to force yourself to fit into a certain mold?
Not at all. Not at all. Honestly, all those things are true. But see, personally, I've never fit in a box. I've never fit in a box. And it's okay. I know I've been called to be here. And because I've been called to be here, I can create my own lane. Does that make sense? Yes. So that's what we need to do. We don't have to wait for them to recognize us or see us or fit into what they consider to be beauty. Because I think people are because of social media, they're leveling the playing field. And I think people are more so they like to see themselves. So I mentioned to you, one of my girlfriends has a huge class, huge social media presence, and she's overweight and she's inspiring other women who are just like her, and they're doing it together. So I think people now are looking for someone they can relate to, someone that has the same struggle as them. They're not so much into look. Sex does sell, and we're going to always have that around. But I think people who truly, truly are serious about getting into shape, they need someone that's going to motivate them, encourage them, and edify them. And honestly, when it comes to being serious, it's not about the beauty. It's about who can get me there. Yeah. Any shape or form.
I love it. I love it. I mean, that somebody needs to hear that, because there are many people who will not even hire a personal trainer who doesn't look the part, But I love the fact that it's about the motivation and how we can get there. And that's why we have people like you. So
yeah, and that's true. There are some people, they need motivation in front of them. They do, and that's fine. They can find, there are also some people who say, I need somebody who knows my struggle. And because they wouldn't choose me, they would not choose me. Yeah. Because I haven't had a weight issue, but I've had some, when I tell them, hey, I was diagnosed with mitral valve prolapse. When the leaflets in my heart wasn't closing properly, blood was spinning backwards. And if I didn't change my eating habits, it would have progressed to mitral valve regurgitation, and I would have had to have valve replacement surgery. So in less than 6 months, I made some changes. Now they can relate to that. Yeah. Changing my eating habits. Or at that point, it was a life or death situation for me. Does that make sense?
That makes a lot of sense.
It's about your story. It's about how you can relate to people. You'll find your audience. People will find you. So there's someone for everyone.
I think that's powerful. Now, we're going to take a short break, Dawn, and when we come back, we're going to keep talking about that relatability, because there's something that you said that triggered a question that I have for you. So we'll be right back after a very short break right here with Dawn Strozier at Sistahs on Sacred Grounds. Sistahs on Sacred Grounds. Welcome back, everybody. We are having a great conversation today. We're talking about being fit and fabulous. Our special guest today is Dawn Strozier, certified fitness trainer, author. And Dawn, when we took that last break, we were talking about relatability and how a lot of times people want to know that you can relate to their struggle. And okay, I look at fitness trainers like I look at my hairstylist, okay? Seriously, because sometimes your hairstylist knows some stuff about you that don't know nobody else know. And you can sit there and you can talk it out, and you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And your trainer, I mean, relatability. You just used an example of a health issue that you had. And sometimes people that have had health issues can relate to you. But relatability as a fitness trainer, do you sometimes find yourself being more of a therapist than a trainer?
Absolutely. Yes. Think about it. One of the reasons why we have an issue of being overweight is because we overeat because of relationships.
Girl.
Let's talk about our job. So I feel like a bartender sometimes. It's life that as a result of life struggles, we end up here, right? Comfort food, right? Most women. So being able to relate to my clients is about me asking them enough questions until I find that relatable part. Like, first question is, how old are you? And I find out that they're 50. I'm 50 as well. I wrote an ebook, Over 50 and Fit. Now, and I can tell them, hey, every woman, when they hit 50, I don't care what kind of shape you're in. All of us do have the same issue with those estrogen levels dropping. So at that point, we relating.
we are straight relating, okay? All of you, listen. If you're not there yet, if they're not there yet, Dawn, they can't relate. But when you get there,
but you don't have to be 50 because it starts happening with us early now. The way that we're eating, it starts on our way to 50. So in order for you to be over 50 and fit, that starts at 40. It starts at 35. So I can find a way to relate to you on that because when I turned 50 years old, my body went left. I've been training since I was 20 something. My body went left. I was fighting the middle age bulge that happens in your midsection, just like everyone else.
Okay, wait, Dawn, wait now. Okay, because I want to ask you about that age-related weight gain. Okay, but first of all, you talked about your book. I don't want you to zoom past that now. Fit to Win. Okay, wait. The last one, the most girl. Excuse me, y'all. She has several books.
Same time. So the first book I released was Over 50 and Fit. That's an ebook. Okay. So I find a way to relate to women. We're talking about just relating because we're over 50. There's a whole lot we can talk about. I ask enough questions until I find a way I can relate to you. I know enough stories that if it was not my story, I can share another story. So a good trainer would get deep into some questions so that we can relate. Does that make sense?
And that's where the therapy comes in, and that's where the encouragement comes in, and the relatability. I love it, and it's so real. You know, I was joking, but I'm serious because sometimes, regardless of your age and your stage, there are just some things that you gotta have been through it in order to understand it. Just sometimes. So I want you to talk to us about your latest book, Fit to Win. And there's something that I read where you mentioned mending the mind and molding your body. Talk to us a little bit about what inspired you to do Fit to Win, but then also what does that term really mean to you?
Everything happens first in your mind. There's a quote, build the mind and your body will follow. That's Theodore Roosevelt. So that's why I need to relate with you, because when I can relate with your struggles, I can help push you mentally to get where you want to go. Does that make sense? Yes. If I know your pressure points, if I know your reason why, see, that's what my book talks about. Having a reason why and knowing your why. When you have a reason, your reasons bring change. Does that make sense? So when I can help you get your mental state together, then your body will follow. I tell everyone all the time, if it doesn't happen first, look, what happens in the real world is simply a manifestation of what has already happened in your mind. It has to happen in your mind first, or it's not going to happen.
I love that. It's almost like, being fit is prophetic. I have to see it. I have to see myself in the future, and see what it is. So I love that. I love that. So now, I don't know if I want to get into this first or take a quick break, because we have to dive into that age-related weight gain, girl. Listen, we've got to talk about it because it's real. And for personal trainers, yourself, for athletes, for dancers, myself, choreographers, we're finding, unless you crack that code for us today, we're finding that we have to work harder to stay fit. So let's take a short break. And when we come back, we're going to get into this a little bit more right here at Sisters on Sacred Grounds with Dawn Strozier. You guys don't go anywhere. Sisters on Sacred Grounds. Welcome back, everybody. Now, sisters, if you're watching, I need you to go call somebody and tell them they need to listen to this conversation, okay? If you're 30, 40, 50, 60, I don't care how old you are. And brothers, if you're watching too. Now, today we're talking about being fit and fabulous for the women. But Dawn, I need to know, okay? Let's talk about this age-related weight gain. Is it inevitable, or can we just send that thing back to the pits of hell where it came from? What can we do?
Listen, it's actually easier than you think. You just have to be willing to do the work. And most people won't do the work. It's simple. It's going to come for you. It's going to come for you hard. I wasn't be ready for it because I really wasn't. And it was too funny. And my ebook talks about it. I was not ready for it, right?
Yes.
Because I was thinking, hey, I'm a gymnast, I'm a dancer, I'm in the best shape of my life. I've been doing this thing for years. And when I hit 50, my body was like, okay, doing this thing for years. I woke up so what was funny, I went to the doctor and I was like, doctor, I'm feeling different. I'm feeling a little weird. He said, oh, welcome to 50. Yeah. Then he said, okay, you're normal. Because he said, you're here, right? You're usually here. Mm-hmm. And all you did was came to normal now. You're normal, but you're still above average. So you're okay. So listen, it's simple. You just got to be willing to do the work. So here's one tip for you. You cannot do the same things you were doing in your 40s, your 30s, and your 20s at 50. You cannot do
when you say you can't do the same things or eat the same things, what you saying, girl?
Both. You can't do the same type of exercise, and you cannot eat the same way. There are you can't drink the same stuff. Mm-hmm. You cannot. You can't. If you want to be over 50 and fit, you have to start making some gradual changes because we get comfortable in our routines and then we can't break them. That's why it's so important for you to focus on developing that mental toughness. A strong mindset is so important because this thing is going to come for you, and again, it's going to come for you hard. So you are guaranteed to gain 8 pounds when you turn 50. It happens. Middle-aged bulge. And it's all going to go right here.
She's warning you. She's warning you.
And then your glutes are going to drop. You can have no glutes whatsoever, and they still drop. That lower hamstring glute connection, what little bit you got going to drop. Oh, it's going to hurt your feelings.
But what you're saying is, okay, so part of it is inevitable, but it can be managed if we do the work. If we do the work.
You got to change your eating habits, and you got to work out. And you don't necessarily have to work harder. You just have to work out differently.
Yes.
So give an example. Most of us, you turn 50 and all you want to do, I'm going to go walking because I got bad knees. Well, let me say this to you. When you don't use your knees, you lose them. They start to ache because arthritis sits in. The muscles around your knees become weak because you're not taking care of them. You're not icing them, elevating. You're not doing the things you need to do. And you're not moving. You're not squatting. You're not standing up. You're not pushing. That's what your body was designed to do. So walking won't get it. You have to do something different. One quick example. Because you walk all the time, your body gets used to that. So when you turn older, you've heard of high intensity interval training, the HIIT training. It's actually more effective. There was research that was done for people over 65. People over 65 and people 35 did the same workout, and the people over 65 got more muscle growth and stimulation.
I believe that, Dawn, because, I have run into a lot of what I'm calling seniors, who are 60 and up. And baby, they look good. They are on their game. And I'm like, woo, it's incredible. And so what you're saying makes a whole lot of sense. It really, really does.
And let me say this to you so I don't scare you. A HIIT training, high intensity interval, is whatever it is for you. So I have a client that can only do low impact jumping jacks, and they have to sit down and do it. So this is low impact jumping jacks. This is high intensity. See that?
Yeah.
All he did was went a little faster. So
Yes.
high intensity is whatever it is for you. So you go high and then you come back down to a break. And you go back high and you come back down low. That's a HIIT training. After you're done, your body's still burning calories anywhere from 90 minutes to 140 minutes once you finish. That doesn't happen when you walk. When you finish walking, all the fat burning stops. But when we turn 50 and older, all we want to do is walk.
So then,
Right.
encourage our everyday walkers. Okay, encourage those everyday walkers to either pick up the pace a little bit, maybe, and do some. What should they do to give a little more intensity to their walking?
Add something to your walk. Walk a few. Let's say you're walking down the street. Walk 2 houses, and when you get to the next house, when you get to the end of the second house, do some low impact jumping jacks. That just changed the rhythm of your heart. Then walk 2 more houses and stand there and do high knees. That just added a level of intensity to your walk.
Oh, I love this. This
Walk
is
again 2 houses, right?
Great.
And then do some squats.
Mm-hmm.
Walk again 2 houses so that you change up the rhythm.
Y'all hear that? Y'all hear? Please hear what she's saying. Okay, we have to take another short break. So, Dawn, you're helping some folks, myself included, because sometimes you got to think outside the box when you're used to the same old, get off that treadmill and, come on and incorporate some. Now, me, I like to incorporate dance into my workout, but that's another story. We're going to be right back with more. Yes, with more from the one and only Dawn Strozier. Sisters on Sacred Grounds. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Listen. Ooh, she's dropping gems today. She's dropping gems. I hope that you are being blessed and that you are listening and maybe taking some notes. We have our wonderful guest here, Dawn Strozier, certified fitness trainer, who is helping us understand that, as we age, things change, and we have to change with the things that are changing. Can't do the same things that we used to do. Can't drink the same things. Can't eat the same things. Got to mix up that workout. Dawn. So good, so good, so good. Listen, I think that some women, you can tell me if I'm right or wrong, some women think that wellness and even hiring or seeking out a fitness trainer is something of a luxury. It's like, it's almost not attainable for some. It's like a luxury, not a necessity in their mind. And I think that sometimes fuels the myth of how we care for our bodies, how we really, really take care of it. And that when you go that route as, okay, I'm going to hire a fitness trainer, that's something for the elite. That's something for those who have the funds, have the money, have the resources. But how can we make fitness more welcoming for the women that have that mindset?
Well, let me say this. I don't think that's true. I think fitness is everywhere. It's very welcoming because wellness is everywhere. Because wellness first starts with you making a decision. Wellness is in your living room. Wellness is you waking up in the morning and deciding I'm not going to pick up my cell phone first. I'm going to take a few moments to spend some time with me. Wellness is all around you, right? Does that make sense? So most people don't get what they want in life because they haven't made up their mind to do so. When you really make up your mind to get in the best shape of your life or just to become healthy, you don't necessarily need a personal trainer. There are a lot of free stuff online right now.
Come on.
You can log into social Instagram and all day long, click on somebody. They got free training everywhere for you. All you have to do is decide that you want to be a part of this wellness fitness world and it's yours. Everything you want to do is there for you once you make a decision. And sometimes it can be the hardest thing to do. But when women make a decision, think about it. When we decide we're going to leave that guy alone that's been breaking our heart for years, we're done. We decide that we can cook, we can clean, we can take care of our kids, we can be a good husband, and we're going to finish school. We do it. So all I need you to do is make up your mind. And you can afford wellness, fitness, if you just walk in your living room and take the 4 exercises you learned in elementary: jumping jacks, push-ups,
Yep.
high knees and squats, and
Yes.
do that. That's high, low. Do it 4 rounds, and you got fitness. You're gonna lose some weight.
Well, I think this is fabulous because you said something about, you know, when women make up their mind, a lot of us do it. I hear all the time, you know, I start off, but then I start off with good intentions, you know, but then I just need the extra motivation. And I have students myself that they will sit and watch all those Instagram videos that you said, or YouTube. They will watch them and not get up and move. So that is something that it's important that you said it has to start.
It starts with your why. So in my book, Fit to Win, I talk about finding your why.
Yes.
Important. When the doctor told me, when I was a dancer, never had a problem, an issue with a weight issue, but when he told me that I had to change my eating habits, when Kentucky Fried Chicken and French fries were my best friend, and I was fresh in California, all of my family's home, I wasn't making much money. I literally just came off the street, living on the street for a while, and he told me I had no options. I found the money to eat healthy, and I made a change instantly.
Yes.
So I said that to say, it's your why.
That's right.
I teach my clients, send me 10 reasons why you want to do this. Because when your why is big enough, the excuses don't matter. When your why digs deep in your heart, deep enough, there's no excuses going to stop you from getting what you want. So I have them send me 10 reasons, and we work each reason every day, trying to get them up in the morning to get to me at 6 o'clock. Okay, I want you to go to bed at night with this reason. And if you don't get up, that ain't it. Throw that one out, find another one. And they literally have to dig deep to find why it's that important. And they get it. Does that make sense? Your reason why can be life-changing. It was life-changing for me. That's really how I got into fitness.
Dawn, and the why it is also tied to the how. So when you mentioned some different things that we could do to, like, you know, kind of stir up our workout regimen and not just walk, but get that high intensity and etc. And I think that for those of us who, you know, just love to move our bodies, just love to dance, and that's every size person. If you find that dance is your thing, talk to us about why Zumba has become so, like, popular and your style of Zumba. Talk to us about that.
One reason is because when you find what you love, you'll do it longer. We love to dance. So when you can make dancing fitness, Zumba's like 4 or 5 steps done over and over and over again, and it's a party. We are really having a party. So that is why people like fitness so much. You can make I do some line dancing fitness because we like line dancing, right? But it doesn't exert enough energy. But you come to my line dancing fitness class, our Zumba's off our Wombo is on steroids.
Oh, yes it is. Yes it is.
I can take 4 steps and we can go harder in the paint. And you're gonna be sweating and you're gonna be excited because the results will come. So I just want to encourage you, find what you love and turn it into a routine. You like skating? Skate a song, get off the floor, take a break for the next song, then let your heart rate come down, get back up, skate another song.
I love it.
Get off the floor, let your heart rate come back down, skate another song. That's interval. That's high intensity.
Yes.
If that makes sense for you. So hopefully that helps.
Sisters, is it making sense for you? Wave at me if it's making sense for you. Well, listen, Dawn talked about that high intensity and that Zumba fitness. We actually had an opportunity to be in studio with Dawn and got some of our community together, and the sisters had a blast. And so in just a few minutes of fun, we want to share with you a little bit of what happened in the studio with the one and only Dawn Strozier. Check this out.
Ready? Yeah. And most people like to move. And I'm a firm believer that if you do what you love, you'll do it longer until you get the results that you're looking for. So everyone likes to dance. I'm going to teach you some simple moves, and then we're going to raise our level.
sacred grounds. Welcome back, everybody. So we are talking being fit and fabulous. And if you're over 50, fit and fabulous. Come on, clap your hands for yourself, okay? Dawn, this is so good. Just having the conversation on wellness and fitness and your mindset. Oh my goodness, it really does start with the mind. I'm just wondering, as you talked about the whole Zumba dancing, and oh my goodness, I sure hope you all enjoyed watching that. And if you were there, boy, you would have been like out, okay? But you were talking about how it's like a party, when you find what you love and you can just keep doing and doing, it's like a party that to me builds community. So what are some ways that fitness trainers can create opportunities and resources for the community?
Just partner with your local YMCA, create a nonprofit that allows you to because this is business for us. So I have a nonprofit, the Fight Against Obesity Foundation, and through my nonprofit, I'm able to do a lot of things for the community. So I do a lot of free stuff for churches. I toured through some churches, and I've done Zumba with about maybe 150 churches for absolutely free, because that's what we are. We're in church, right?
Yes.
So I think the best thing for you to do is to create a nonprofit where you can extend that help and also write it off on your taxes, as well as partner with your local YMCA and see what's happening in the community. I do a lot of stuff for the Diabetes Association and for the Cancer Association. They call me. Before the pandemic, I was doing something with them every single year, and I would do it for free.
So partnering with local agencies. Whether you're watching us here in the U.S. or you're watching us internationally, you can get involved, whether you're a fitness trainer or not, but the idea is to get moving and to get well. Okay, so I think that's important. And so Dawn, when we talked a little bit about your wellness journey and what really got you to kind of shift gears, what does self-care look like for Dawn Strozier?
Oh, I take a break 3 days out of the week and I do me. But most importantly, I do a lot. I love helping people. I do a lot. But in order for me to give my best, I have to be at my best. So first thing in the morning at 4 o'clock a.m., I'm up getting my devotion in. I'm up thanking God for his faithfulness. I'm reading. I'm setting the stage for my entire day. That's important. Because when I walk into work, I'm hit with everybody's issues. I'm like the bartender. We talked about that.
Yes.
So I got to cast all my cares. I'm not happy when I'm walking into someone else. So every morning, that is important to me, making sure that I am checking in with him and throughout the day, so that I'm not heavy going from client to client. I also take off. I change my schedule to be finished by 1 o'clock now. And I also take off for me on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. That's what I do.
I
fit me into my schedule. I make sure that I actually work out before I train other people. So I would encourage you. Women, we're nurturers. We do everything, and then when we get sick, there's nobody to take care of us, so that we can be better fit.
Wait a minute. I never thought about working out before I taught somebody else to dance. That's very interesting. I never thought about
I'm at the gym at 5 a.m. for myself.
Ooh,
5:15. I get there 45 minutes early.
Yes.
For myself.
Well, that mind thing is really important, though. Now, I do take the time to get my mind right before I deal with the folks, but work out before.
Well,
okay.
If you did it, you're gonna feel amazing, because what happens when you work out, when you move, those good endorphins kick in. So when I'm waiting for my 15 or so people that show up at the boot camp in the morning, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Right? I have good energy to give. Yeah. I'm not tired, sleepy, like, oh gosh, I'm excited, Dawn, and it helps them. They're excited to see me as well.
Well, your energy is very infectious, and so that is a good thing. And I'm sure that anybody that show up in your class, if they were down, and that's the other thing I love about working out and fitness and movement and just being well, because you know what? When you start to engage your body in movement, a lot of the things that were on your mind, they just kind of leave you, you know? And it really, really is therapy. It's therapeutic. I don't know about it. Sisters, I think it's therapeutic.
Absolutely.
Another thing that's very therapeutic for me, I'm sorry, I like to drink coffee. And so right now, we are going to take a short coffee break. Great coaches know when you need to be pushed and when to back off. They don't just improve your work ethic or get you to the finish line first. They change your view of your own limitations and how you approach challenges in your life. A standard coach might have 100 other athletes to work with, but a personal trainer has you and you alone in their sights. Why is this relationship so valuable? Keyword here, personal. Personal training is all about you, your needs, your body, your plans, and sometimes we're surprised to find that our trainers are a little less drill sergeant and a little more therapist, with the ability to find out what we really need. And that's today's coffee break. Sistahs on sacred grounds. Welcome back, everyone. Sistahs, I hope that you are still taking some very copious notes on this conversation today with our special guest, fitness trainer, author, motivational speaker, Dawn Strozier. Dawn?
Yes.
I want to know if you would just share how you use your platform in and around the city and nationwide, how you use your platform to inspire other women so that they can pursue a really healthy lifestyle.
I do a lot of speaking engagements. I just did one a few weeks ago. It's about 300 women in the room, and I shared with them information on health and wellness. So I use my social media, my Instagram, my Facebook, my Twitter. I use those to freely give you information on how you can better take care of yourself. I believe that women really need to know that you can, drop the body fat, you can build lean muscle, and you can get in the best shape of your life at any age. So I try to use my platform for that. That's what I have a passion for.
I love it. And I love that you keep saying at any age. At any age, y'all, it's never too late to get in shape, to get well, and to feel good from the inside out. I love that. I love that. I love that. Now, speaking of clients, okay, say that you're getting a new client, how can your new client be the best client ever? What is it that fitness trainers want people to know? And how can we come correctly, if you will, to the fitness trainer?
Real simple. A real trainer enjoys training. So we want you to come motivated. We want you to come excited about exercising. We want you to come ready. So we want you to get your rest, do the homework we give you, and come in giving as much as you receive. Do the work. It can be challenging when, I give actually a free session so I can make sure we're a match, because this is where I go to work every day. I spend the best hours helping people. So up front, I know if you're a match with me, and I'm not afraid to say, hey, let me introduce you to someone I think you'll be a better match with. I'll give you a free session. I'll train you one time so I can feel your energy, because I'm giving you a whole lot. So I don't want to come to work and leave frustrated because I have to beg you to do everything. Does that, hopefully that answers the question. So we just simply want you to come ready to work out. And if we give you some homework, do your homework.
Isn't that a trip?
Ladies, did you know that you had homework when you get a fitness trainer? Did you know that you're supposed to do your homework? I love that. I love the fact that you actually, I'm calling it screening, and you want to make sure that that the person who you're going to be working with is a match for you. That's beautiful.
Because let me say this, give an example. My clients, I do habit-based coaching. So I have you write down your bad habits, replace it with your good habits. What are the good habits you're going to carry over to the next day? I also have you send me what you ate every day, and I look at it before 8 o'clock. And I tell you the mistakes to make it so you can make the changes tomorrow. So you're not making the same mistake every single day. We got to do this together. When you don't do those things, on Saturday, I ask you to weigh in and send me pictures. When you don't do those things, I can't really give you my best. I can train you. You expect me to give you the results that you want, but you got to give me what I need so that I can better serve you. I need the picture so I can see if what I'm giving you is working so I can tweak it. I need to see your diet to make sure you're not making the same mistake tomorrow, right? Yeah. So we work together to create the beautiful body that you desire.
I love it.
Oh my goodness, Dawn, I could really have this conversation with you for many, many hours because I know it's so helpful and it's helping people. But I want you to just quickly tell us where we can find you. How can we find you on social media?
Real simple. Dawn Strozier at DAWNSTROZIER. All platforms, Dawn Strozier. You can also, on Instagram, please follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can find a link in my bio to my new journal, Fit to Win Journal. The journal has a 30-day free workout in the back with pictures on how to do all the exercises. It also has self-care tips, training tips, and nutritional tips. It's amazing. It's for 6 weeks. This is my Fit to Win book, Creating a Lifestyle of Winning. 20 chapters. Talks about laying that spiritual foundation that's going to help you, which is actually the foundation for every other area of your life.
Absolutely.
Mentally fit, all the stuff is there. How to create your own training regimen. You can find that there as well. And my ebook, Over 50 and Fit.
Girl, you're working it. And once again, I am so proud of you. I am proud of you as a Black woman in the industry doing the thing, just doing the thing and doing it well. You know, you're putting in the work and you're getting the results. And it's inspirational for those who are around you. So I just want to say thank you again for being with us. Thank you for that wonderful, wonderful lesson. Y'all, really, did you take some notes?
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. So Dawn, here at Sisters on Sacred Grounds, we love to do affirmations. And that's one of the things we want to build our sisters up, right? So at the end of each show, I usually do an affirmation, but I love for my guests to do their own affirmations to the sisters that are watching. So in your own way, if you would just speak a few words of affirmation to our sisters who are watching, of encouragement, however you'd like to, as we close out.
Real short, I want to tell you that there's no competition. All you have to do is simply decide. Kobe Bryant, the last quote that he gave before he passed away, he says, sometimes winning means beating yourself. All you have to do is decide and go for it. It's all about you. Sometimes winning means beating yourself. You're in competition with your own thoughts, and that's it. You just got to make a decision, ladies, and you can have and be whatever you desire. It's there for you. Thanks.
Fantastic. Sisters,
build your mind and mold your body. All right, we can do this. And if you need a partner, reach out to a sister, reach out to a brother, reach out to somebody that will hold you accountable and that will be not just an accountability partner physically, but a prayer partner. It does take some prayer. If you believe in that, prayer changes things. So once again, Dawn, thank you so much. Thank you for that powerful affirmation. And thank you all for watching Sisters on Sacred Grounds. Make sure and follow us, okay? Follow us on our Instagram at Sisters on Sacred Grounds, on our Facebook page of the same name, Sisters on Sacred Grounds, and on our website, www.sistersonsacredgrounds.com. And as always, want to leave you with this. You stay well. Be beautiful on the inside and out, and stay safe. We'll see you next time. Bye.